Well, hallelujah and praise the Most High today, family. Praise the Most High Yahuwah today. Family, it's a gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and we're so glad to see it. We're so glad to be in the land of the living once again with the opportunity and ability to say, praise the Most High today. Hallelujah. Family, we do love the Most High. We love him, family. He's a prayer answerer. So good to us. He takes care of his own. Yes, he does. He takes care of his own. But for the rest, oh boy. It's a whole lot of sad songs singing right now. And will be in the very near future. That's a very cool breeze there. Wouldn't be thinking about a hoodie or a sweater this time of the year. But we thank the Most High for it, family. Hallelujah. I do hope everyone else is well, and like myself, you're able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting in yourself some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. Like I say, it's cool here. The sun was coming out when I was traveling over to this part, but now it's behind the woods and behind the clouds as well. Hallelujah. We thank the Most High, family, for this grand idea, and it's called Awakening to Reality: The American Dream or Nightmare. The awakening to reality, the American dream or nightmare. Whose train are you hitching your wagon to? Get it? The great American cowboy, the maverick. Whose train are you hitching your wagon to? And that's the second thought, second idea. The American dream was a concept that referred to the ideal that anyone, regardless of their background, could have achieved success and upward mobility through hard work and determination in the U.S. It included the aspirations of owning a home, having a job, having a good job, and providing a better life for one's children. However, the interpretation and accessibility of the American dream became increasingly debated, with most questioning its validity, whether it was attainable for all. And the word of the day is validity, the quality of being based on truth or reason, or being able to be accepted. And that's what this American dream has been. It has been accepted, because it's being sold so well. It's being sold to the masses so well. That's why you have people willing to give their lives, sacrifice their lives to get over here. Taking boat rides in hopes to float over here. But it's not all it's being cracked up to be, huh? No. It has now come to light, and it's clearly understood that the American dream was only supposed to be for the rich, the 2% and their children. The nightmare of being enslaved and oppressed by the rich was supposed to be for the other 98% and their children. This dream and nightmare was realized when the Most High began awakening his children, the people of Yasharal, as Ezekiel 37 so elegantly portrays. And it says during the 10th verse of Ezekiel 37, verses 10 through 12, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Yasharal. They indeed say, our bones are dry, our hope is lost, and we ourselves are cut off from our land and the other tribes. Therefore prophesy to them. Thus says Yahuwah, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up from your graves and bring you into the land of Yasharal. So when these preachers out here preaching about the bones, the dry bones, and they doing that, slapping their leg, talking about the knee bone connected to the thigh bone, them idiots really talking about the Most High's chosen people waking up and coming back to life. And all of this was prophesied to Abram by Yahuwah in Genesis 15:13-16. Then Yahuwah said to Abram, you can be sure that your descendants will be strangers in a foreign land where they will be enslaved and oppressed for 400 years. But I will punish the nation that enslaves them, and in the end they will come away with great wealth. And we do have to make mention that this nation is more than just the U.S. This is the head of the nations, but it's most of the European nations and the Arab nations. Pretty much all the nations of the earth, now that we think about it, where we were scattered out too. They all came under the agreement of Psalms 83, if I'm not mistaken, where they said, let us come together and enslave these folks indefinitely and make sure the name Yasharal is blotted out forever. But the Most High had a plan. With that said, we know whose words we can always trust. Yahuwah. When he says that something, when he prophesies something, it's going to happen. Just like when he told Ezekiel to prophesy to the bones, he was talking about us. Wait now here in 2024 and 2025, where he began waking our people up. And it begun before that, but this is where the rubber really has been meeting the road since the time was up of the oppression, as we just read during Genesis 15:13-16. And another text reads about the time of the Gentiles being over. And that's where we find ourselves now. Oh, as we said, we can always trust the Most High's word. He said in Isaiah 55:11, so shall my words be that goes forth from my mouth. It shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish what I please, and it shall prosper in the thing for which I sent it. And also in Jeremiah 33:3-5, it says, call to me and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. So he's telling us we can trust him and we can call on him when we don't understand the situation. But as we mentioned, this is the American dream. And everybody's waking up to the reality of what it really is. And we see there in Daniel 12:2, the text says, many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to life, and some to everlasting shame and contempt. Mad at the Most High because they've been bamboozled by their leaders. Just like now with the leadership that's in place, folks are finally waking up. They saying, well, dog, we didn't know we had the Most High's chosen people, and that we was going to be held responsible for how we treated them. We thought they was just less than men. We thought they was just apes and baboons. And it was our right to treat them like we treated. We thought they was cursed by Ham, under the curse of Ham, for looking at his father's nakedness. However that bull job is, whatever the Catholic Church made up saying that us folks were cursed, that's not what curse we've been under. We've been under that curse we just read, where the Most High said, surely your people are going to be enslaved for 400 years. But it was because of our hard heads and infidelity against the Most High, which, as we said in the prior recording, we don't want to follow rules. We're the only being on this earth that refuses to follow the rules. Awakening to reality. The American dream was really a nightmare for most. And 2 Corinthians 4:4 tells us how it took place. Hasatan, who is the God of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news, or the Besorah. They don't understand this message about the glory of Mashiach, who is the exact likeness of Yahuwah. And the text goes on to further explain it there in Revelations 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old called the devil, or Hasatan, who deceived the whole world. Oh boy, how did he deceive the whole world, Robert? He's in control of all the media. He's in control of your churches. He's in control of your governments. He's in control of your policemen. He's in control of it all. The text says he's the God of this world. Little g, of course. He's not the Elohim of creation. He was cast out onto the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Now, you know, if he deceived most of heaven's angels, or a whole bunch of heaven's angels, what do you think he's able and capable of doing to those on this earth, walking on this earth? He deceived those that were sitting right there in front of the Most High, seeing him every day, knowing how gracious and kind and good he was. But Hasatan deceived them. So what makes your mind stronger than theirs? And whose train are you hitching your wagon to? This is whose train you're hitching your wagon to. Hasatan. And we see how you're doing it there in Romans 1:27-29. And it says, in the same way also the men turned away from the natural function of the woman and were consumed with their desire toward one another, men with men committing shameful acts, and in return receiving in their own bodies the inevitable and appropriate penalty for wrongdoing. They turned aside from righteousness. They turned aside to their own desires. And since they did not see fit to acknowledge Yahuwah or consider him worth knowing as their creator, Yahuwah gave them over to a depraved or reprobate mind to do things which are improper and repulsive, until they were filled with every kind of unrighteousness, wickedness, greed, evil, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, malice, and mean-spiritedness. They are gossips, spreading rumors. And Matthew 24:12-15 further tells us why these folks are in the shape they're in. And because lawlessness, will abound, the love of many will grow cold. Selfishness. That I and that me disease. Do what I want to do. Nobody tells me nothing. No, I don't have no rules. I'm a free spirit. Okay. That's what Hasatan thought when he got booted out of heaven. You see how free he is now, don't you? But he who endures to the end shall be saved. And this is the Besorah of the kingdom which will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations. And then the end will come. See, and that's what we're working on now. We're spreading the truth. We're telling the truth. That's the most important part of it. We're telling the truth, and it will spread like wildfire. Because people are tired and they're recognizing they keep going to these supposed, ballot boxes, and supposedly voting in people they think are there for. But they don't know or understand that Hasatan sets up his people just like the Most High sets his people up. They're already prearranged. They just want the people to get in agreement with them, to keep them blinded, to make them think that they have a choice, to make them think that they're voting in the right person. But now The cover has been pulled off of their eyes. Because they kept pulling the cover over every time they saw something that didn't agree with what they believed. It was like, well, that can't be the truth. They went back to sleep. But now, the last alarm has rang. And everybody is seeing what truly is the reality. And they're seeing how this has been a bad dream, a nightmare. What do we call this idea? Awakening to reality. You can't stay there in that bed no more. It's just like when you tired. Pardon me. As I have been late with all this running around we've been doing, and you go to bed and you sleep pretty decent, but then you wake up at the normal time and you still sore and hurting and tired. But you can't lay there. You got to get up. You got to get up and make the day of it. And you pray to yourself, well, maybe I can get a nap sometime today. And 5 or 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought about trying to get a nap. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about trying to get nobody's nap. But the older we get, the wiser we are. But you can't lay there, you gotta get up. And that's where the Most High has brought this whole nation to, and pretty much the whole world. Now we're all seeing that the 2% around or throughout the 4 corners of this earth, which are ran by Hasatan, which are his children, have been in control. Oh boy, how did he deceive the whole world, brother? He's in control of all the media. He's in control of your churches. He's in control of your governments. He's in control of your policemen. He's in control of it all. The text says he's the God of this world. Little g, of course. But the Most High says enough is enough. It's time to wake up and accept this Basura, the good news. That you don't have to be in bondage anymore to this system. You can be free. The text says, he that the Son sets free is free indeed. But will you accept it today? Do stay up, family, and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.